Okay, so we're going to continue with lesson 3, the two-step equation. In number 8, we have 2 and then we have parentheses, and plus 5 is equal to negative 2. We're going to put a line across our equal sign. Right here, we have to get rid of the 2 because that's what's outside of the parentheses. We want to leave whatever we have in the parentheses by itself on this side. Remember that when we have something outside of the parentheses like this means multiplication. So opposite of multiplication will be division. Remember that a fraction means division, so we're going to divide both sides by 2. 2 divided by 2 will be just 1, but we don't need to put it because we have m plus 5 over here. So m plus 5 will equal to, what's a negative divided by a positive? Well, look over here. A negative divided by a positive will be a negative. So this will be negative. 2 divided by 2 will be 1. In this case, we are going to put the 1 because that's the only number we have. In this case, we didn't have to because we had n plus 5. We still have n with the number right here. We need to get rid of that positive 5. The way we get rid of that positive 5 is by doing the opposite, which will be negative 5. So we're going to do that to both sides. Remember, whatever you do on one side, you have to do it on the other. These are going to cancel. Bring down the n. N is equal to. So right here, we have negative 1 and negative 5. So we owe $1 to one person. To a different person, we owe them 5. So at the end of the day, we're still going to owe, we're going to owe $6.
The deadline is not 9 o'clock anymore.
Number 4. Now number 4, we have our letter on the right-hand side. So we have to get rid of the 4 and the 5. First, we get rid of the number that doesn't have the letter. In this case, the one that doesn't have the letter is 4. So we're going to move 4 to the other side. The 4 is positive right now. Opposite of positive will be a negative. So we're going to put negative 4 on both sides. 4 and negative 4 cancel out. Bring down the n over 5 is equal to 0 minus 4. So right now, we have no money and we owe 4. So at the end of the day, we're still going to owe $4. Remember that a fraction means division. Opposite of division will be multiplication. So we're going to multiply both sides by 5. These are going to cancel. Remember that a positive times a negative will be a negative. 5 times 4 will be 20. Therefore, negative 20 is equal to n. Let me show you how you're going to put it into the calculator. The way we're going to start putting this in the calculator, this part right here will be 5 times. Remember that when we put it into the calculator, we're going to put the number first. Then we press the negative button. So this is going to be 4. Then we press this button that's next to the equal sign. This button is telling the calculator that this number will be negative. Treat it as a negative number. So we're going to get negative 20 as our answer. Moving on to number 17. Now number 17, we have a fraction. A fraction meant division. So we have m plus 5 over negative 16 is equal to negative 1. So we're going to draw our line across the equal sign. In this case, our letter is on the left-hand side. So we have to get rid of the fraction first. We want to get rid of the division. So opposite of division will be multiplication. Okay, so right here we have to be careful. We're not only going to multiply by 16, we're also going to be multiplying it by the negative. Because we want to get rid of everything that we have in that bottom. A negative times a negative, as we see over here, a negative times a negative will be a positive. So that's going to cancel out. 16 divided by 16 would just be 1. So we have n plus 5. Whatever we have on the top, that's what we have. It's going to equal to what's a negative times a negative? Negative times a negative will be a positive.